Thursday. It means we only have today and tomorrow for school, and then we get to go relax at home for 2 more days. Okay, so we've been at home, but it's okay. We get to relax, no schoolwork on the weekend, okay? Good. So, we got a new letter today. What letter is it? I don't know. Good thing we have our mystery box. Ooh, it's heavier today than normal. Oh, I wonder what's inside it. Let's take a peek. Let's see. I have a water bottle. I have, jeez, a watermelon. How'd that fit in there? Man. I have a watch, like my watch here. And then I have a walrus with a wagon. What does walrus, wagon, water bottle, watch, and watermelon all have in common? I know. They start with the letter W. So today must mean we're learning about the letter W. Huh. Let's clean up so we can get ready for our lesson. Put that away. Put our box away. And now, time for our letter. And here is our letter of the day, W. And look, there's a worm up here, and it's also kind of in the shape of a W. That's kind of silly. Well, if we see the W, it looks the same, just one's bigger and one's smaller. The big one we call a capital, right? Of an uppercase. And the little one we call either little or lowercase, right? Do you remember why we have capital and lowercase? It's for the start of names or the start of sentences, and everything else is lowercase, okay? So if your name's Walter or Whitney, you start with a W, and so they need capitals. Otherwise, if your name is Andrew, it ends with a W, so it needs a lowercase. Pretty cool, right? Well, let's see how we can draw the letter W. You know, looking at it, it kind of reminds me of a V. We did V yesterday. V was down the mountain and up the mountain. But that's not it for W. We have to keep going down the mountain and up the mountain again. We have to do that twice. Wow. I think we can do that. Should we try it again? Let's go down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain, up the mountain. Ta-da! Pretty easy, right? Let's do it one more time. Down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain, up the mountain. Easy. And you know what? If we can handle the big W, we can handle the little w, because it's just the same, just smaller motions. I think you can do it. Let's try. Ready? Down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain, up the mountain. See, easy, right? Let's try one more time. Down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain, up the mountain. Ta-da! Now we've seen our letter W, we've written our letter W, and now it must mean it's time for the sound. Now the sound W makes is W. It kind of sounds like a dog barking, but it's not. But it's W. Can you do that with me? Ready? W. Good job. Now let's say it 3 more times. You ready? W, W, W. Good job. Now it's to sing our silly song so we don't forget what it sounds like. You ready? Remember, it goes like this. W says W, 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 W. Can you do that with me? It's going to be a little tricky, so we'll do it a little bit slower. You ready? W says W, 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 W. W says W, 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 W. W says W, 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 W. W says W. Good job. So now we've seen our W's, we've written them, we know the sound. It must mean it's time for an activity. Let's put this away so I can show you what our activity is. Stay still. So, again, today I'm going to use my sign from my easel. I made another copy. But I also want to show you that our sign from yesterday, our letter V, and put them side by side so we can look at them. Actually, I'm going to put the V on top. That makes it a little easier for us to see. So if we look, here's our V. See, it was down the mountain and up the mountain. And W is down the mountain, up the mountain, and then we got to do it again. Down the mountain and up the mountain. So to me, that looks like a double V. Why is it not called a double V? And why is it called W? I don't know. It's just what it is. Maybe someone will help tell us later. But let's remember what we did yesterday. Yesterday we got to use our cars. How many cars fit on the V? Let's find out. I've got my cars here. I'm going to drive them on. Ooh, I'm going to leave that one here because he's big. There's 1, 2. Don't cause an accident, you two. 3 and 4. So 4 cars made up our big V. All right, let's see how many cars make up our big W. Ready? I'm going to have him go last because he's pretty big. So here's my yellow car. There's 1. There we go. 2, 3. I'm going to have him go 4, 5. There's a little bit of space left, but my cars are a little bit too big, so I can't fit anymore. So I can put 5 cars on my big W. That was more than I could fit on my V. How many cars can you put on your big W? You'll have to find out, okay? Let's see about our little V and our little W. Let's see how many cars we can fit on our little V and little W. Ready? Put them away. Got to start driving them. Whee! There's 1. That's kind of all I'm going to get on that side. And 2. 2 cars on my little V. Let's see how many cars I can put on my on my little W. Whoopsies. There we go. There's 1, 2. Whee! It's a little big, but that works. 3 and 4. I could put 4 cars on my little W. Whoopsies. And only 2 cars on my little V. Wow, that means W takes up a little bit more room. And that's okay. But we did one other thing with our V. Do you remember what we used? That's right, I used some popsicle sticks. So I've got some more here. See, I've got some more here. How many did we need for the big V? Let's see. 1, 2. Only 2 for the big V. And how many do we need for big W? Let's try it. Ready? Here's 1 for sliding down the mountain, 1 for climbing back up the mountain, another for sliding down, and 1 for going back up. Let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 popsicle sticks to make the letter W and only 2 for the letter V. Huh, that's pretty cool. You know what I just realized that's also kind of cool about the letter W? If we were to flip it over, look, whoop, it looks like the letter M. That's kind of silly, how some letters kind of look like other letters. But we need to remember that this is the way it looks. So we're going to go down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain, and up the mountain. Okay, so it's time for another activity. And for this one, I'm going to be using some construction paper, some scissors, and some tape. Okay, so I'm going to get those and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, friends, so today we're going to learn about weaving. What weaving is pushing one thing, usually like thread or paper, over one part and under another, and over and under, constantly over and under. What it is it helps make our clothes. So what we're going to do is we're going to make something that looks a lot bigger than what it would look like if we put when we look at our clothes, right? We can't really see the weaving, but if we put it on our microscope, we could see how the threads go over and under each other all the time, just like in our letter W, where we went down the mountain, so that's going under, and up the mountain going over, and down and up, right? So this is what our woven mat is going to look like. And what's kind of cool is you can use this for putting your plates on later. And so I'm going to show you guys how we get through this, okay? So what I did to help start was I had a brown piece of paper, and I drew some lines on it so I knew where I wanted to cut my paper. I made it about a ruler length or ruler width apart each way, and then I wanted a place to stop, so I gave myself about a ruler width from the top. And then I needed to cut out some strips to weave into it, and so I made some I cut out a different strip of construction paper with different colors, and I made that about a ruler width apart as well. So I didn't get to finish cutting mine, so I'm going to finish cutting mine, okay? Now, friends, when mommy or daddy draws the lines to help you, if they draw lines, you want to make sure you don't go all the way to the end because it needs to hold together at the very end, okay? So when we come to that big line at the top, that's going to be like my stop sign, okay? So I can go down the road like I would with a car, and then, oh, there's my stop sign. I can't go further, okay? So remember, oopsies, I went a little off the line, but that's okay. I just try my best. And remember, your thumb stays up when we're cutting, right? We want to keep giving ourselves the thumb up in the small hole, and the rest of our fingers go in the big hole, okay? So here, there, almost. So, whoopsies, kind of looks like a little bit of a skirt or an octopus with a lot of legs, right? So I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna have it facing you guys. You guys can have yours facing you. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my ruler to help me hold some of these back. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna lift the very first one over here. We're gonna lift it up, and then we're gonna put it gently underneath the ruler, okay? Because we're gonna put our first strip of paper underneath that one. We're gonna put it over this one, so we're gonna leave that one down. Then we're gonna put it under this one, so we pick it up and put it underneath the ruler, okay? Leave that one down, pick this one up. So every other one. So that stays down, this one comes up, okay? That stays down, that stays up. Or that comes up, sorry. Then I take one of my pieces of paper and I'm just gonna slide it in between them, okay? And it might take a little bit of pushing it through, but you guys can do it. Have patience. There we go. And then I can take my ruler off and look, they all fall back down. And if you want, you can push them up a little bit further as far as it'll go. And that looks like it's as far as it'll go, and that's okay. So now it's time to start my second row. This time, this part needs to stay down, and this needs to come up. So I'm gonna leave this down. I'm gonna pick this one up and put it underneath my ruler, okay? And so sometimes my ruler is gonna have to come up closer just so I can make sure the paper is being held, okay? So remember every other one, so down, up, this stays down. It's a pattern, right? Down, up. Sometimes it takes a little bit of wiggling. Down, up, down, up. And then you slide that one in. Okay? There we go. Then you can release the ruler. You can push it or pull it just gently to get it to line up. And see how we've got a pattern of the brown was up and now it's down? Because you can see the other color through it. That's how it goes across, and it's going to make it that pattern down. Let's do one more row, okay? Let's see. So that was on top, that was below. Now it's got to be on top, so that means I got to pull it back up. Okay? That stays down. This comes up. So if we're doing our pattern, down, up, down, up, up, down. This needs to come up. That'll stay down. This comes up. That stays down. This comes up. There we go. And we can slide another color. If you guys don't have construction paper, you can color your own bits of paper and then cut them out. It'll still be pretty cool. You guys can make these as you want because they're yours. Then we're going to do just like we do with the red. Ready? We're going to leave down. So this is going to come up. So this part's where it gets a little harder trying to get that one up, okay? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up. Whoops. That one doesn't want to stay, so I'm going to put my hand on that one to hold it still. So I'm going to use one hand to kind of push it in. There we go, and release. Now you can end it here. You can try and do one more. Sometimes it's really hard bending them over to hold and having the ruler hold it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what you guys will learn to do later by doing it one at a time. So I'm going to make it like a snake going in and out. So I'm going to start it going underneath the first one. Ready? Here's my snake. It goes over the second. Now it's going to go under this one. So I'm going to pick up that one and push it through. Okay. Here's the head. It's got to go over this one, but under this one. There's my head, so hold it still. Go over and under. Whoopsies, got to be careful. And over and under, almost, and, oh no, there we go. And over. Now comes the tricky part, okay guys? So we're gonna push this down just a little bit, try and help me a little bit. You gotta flip it over. Whoop. So now we've got it on the back side. And now you're gonna use some tape. What I like to do is I like to tape just the edges of the colors down. So I'm gonna tape my red to my brown. Okay, just a little bit of tape. And I'll tape the little bit of yellow on this side. Whoopsies. That came off a little bit. There we go. And I'll tape a little bit on the green, the blue, and the orange. And what I'll do at the end, at the very bottom, is I'll tape my orange to my brown going the longer way. But I'll still use only little strips because I don't want to use too much. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit there. And that way the brown and the orange stay together and nothing's going to fall out, okay? So there's that. And I got a little bit of my orange there. And I'm going to stop here for now and I'll finish it later. But that way you'll have everything taped together. It'll be nice and together. Nothing's going to fall out. Nothing's going to slip out. And that way you can use it and put your plates and your food and things on it. And that's pretty cool, huh? Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And I can't wait to see you guys. Until next time, may God bless you and your families. Bye.